Welcome to the press conference on Silverbirds Rhythm 93.7 Jos. It's an interesting day, and as you know, for those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, Viewpoint is all about getting journalists to look at issues in the news. We get behind the headlines, the developing stories, we add our layer of perspective to it and serve you a potpourri of a dish that you don't want to reject, because we offer something very different as we get behind the headlines and peruse some of the issues that are in the news. This we do daily, Mondays through to Thursdays from 5 p.m. right now until 6 p.m. And today is no exception. It's already the 4th of February 2026. And the year is beginning to fly, and fly very first it is. So you're welcome to the show. It's going to be an exciting time. We'll be sharing lots of things to talk about, and just also announce to you that you can always now watch this program on our YouTube channel. I'll be giving you details about our other Silverbirds program, because Silverbird is also rebranding for the year. And from across locations of Silverbird, we'll have another channel that's just been launched, where this kind of program you can get to participate in. If you missed it, you can always go back and watch it and get a thing or two from it. Also, political update hosted by Bello Lukman and Pam Dunquist. You can also get that. And of course, the Viewpoint on Saturdays, it's always will now be offline, as it were. It may not be live, but now offline, but online. Right? It's offline, but online. You can go back always. And then, of course, series of other exciting programs from Rhythm FM stations across Nigeria, from Bayelsa to Port Harcourt to Benin, Jos, and of course Abuja. You can get all of those there. So there's a whole lot happening, and Silverbird is rebranding, and we're hoping that you can be part of the changing phase of what Silverbird stands for, and that's always to serve you something better and greater. Alright, so welcome to the show. Very shortly, Ode will join me, and then we'll get the show started. But before then, let's take a short break, and when we'll come back, we'll have some more. Welcome to the press conference, and as I said earlier, Okande Ode is here, joining me on the show this evening. How are you doing, brother?
Good evening.
All right. What's new?
Just or let me say PLATEAU, like other states, are still in the mood of 50th anniversary celebration.
Did I hear you say Jos?
Of course, yesterday after we left here, I don't know whether they were prompted by the review we made here. I started seeing some flyers in the social media talking of a committee, PLATEAU State Committee for the 50th anniversary celebration is still working. I don't know the extent to which they are going with the work. I don't know, they are going to have their own constructed anniversary, that is the special day when they will celebrate it. But other states were full gear yesterday. The committee
Other states not were in full gear yesterday, Mr. Correct yourself. Other states culminated their 1 week celebration yesterday.
Okay,
they started more than a week ago.
Maybe
they had prayers in
full
mosque.
year of celebration.
Yes, have
not
prayers in
preparation.
mosques. Yeah, they had their prayers in the mosques. They had prayers on Sundays, and of course, all week they've been full of activities.
Yes.
I mean, my colleagues who just left the show before now, the afternoon drive crew, which had Bobby, had Reshi, and of course Rejoice, were talking about the fact that, hey, look, I mean, it was 50th anniversary and everywhere is quiet. So people are feeling the pulse. They themselves, as young people, are like, well, what's going on? And here we are. But for flyers to come out yesterday, are you sure? Where is that coming from?
Well, I'm not trying to. That's why I'm only reporting what I saw. I'm not establishing the authenticity.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
But I saw things like that. Whether they are fake or not is another subject altogether.
Okay. Okay. We keep looking at that, but there's something that's happening around town. I'm seeing this massive, Mr. Ode, read my lips, massive billboards that are springing up everywhere around town. It's not your usual billboards, but it's really very big. And then the really just taking over most parts of places. Someone drew an attention to the billboard, not me, and said that it is defacing the natural beauty of the city. You know, having those massive billboards all over the place. I don't know what to make of that. Have you seen them? I've seen more being constructed.
I don't know. Yeah, I've seen billboards, but those things are supposed to be regulated by the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria.
APCON.
Yes.
And also in conjunction with the state government.
Exactly. So the supposed to be regulated. So if they have allowed outlaws to take over the management of the space, you are going to find such a chaotic situation.
Well, the system of the billboards are also being erected by the state government, I understand, not yet confirmed, you know, so...
But even if it is the state, even if the state government is involved, a responsible government will want to regulate itself. Yes. You want people to respect the law, you demonstrate it by respecting the same law.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true. So I think that, because I went through some parts of town, I can see where it has not even gone up yet, and there are several places. So we may literally be swamped by massive, not just big, humongous billboards across the city in the days to come, because construction has been completed for some that are yet to be mounted. Yes. And they've moved to sites beyond what we've seen so far. And well, maybe it's part of development.
That is not part of development. Though. Mostly now the billboards are carrying pictures of politicians, laying claim to one thing or the other,
Sure.
Propagating 2027 or paying tribute to Figure 8, or the Hope is Now agenda, or all such things. Psychophancy going on everywhere. That is what is often taking place in the billboards. Not as if they're advertising products. It's not like we used to see.
Politics is a product. Politics is a product.
Okay, when I mentioned product, I was talking or referring to in the sense of the this semantics of manufacturing. That we have some companies near us here doing one product.
I agree what you're saying.
So you are bringing the graduated semantics to include politicians as products. I didn't actually include them.
Yes.
Yes.
No, but that's also a product. You are selling your idea.
Accepted. I've accepted it. I said I use the product in a limited context.
Yes.
Yes.
But this is an expanded context now, because something is being sold. Ideas are being sold. They are trying to curry your getting to to believe what they are trying to sell to you, because they are also trying to sell something to you, trying to get you to,
I thought instead of this, I thought we were going to start on a more serious note of the confusion that is unfolding in Rivers State, initiated by no other person but than the president himself, President Bola Tinubu.
What's the confusion, Mr.?
We have been talking about for a long time. We have been talking about the issue of party leader and all that. Yesterday he introduced something very, it appears unique but quite sinister, that is going to lead to confusion. That Tinubu, Wike, is the political leader of Rivers State. What are the implications of that? In other words, as far as PDP, APC are concerned in Rivers State, APC, Wike is the leader. He avoided saying party leader. He said political leader. He included that is for APC and PDP. Now we have the same Fubara they admitted into the party, who, by the pronouncement of the national chairman, Professor Yilwada, is the party leader. So as it is now, as the political leader of Rivers State, the APC party leader and the PDP party leader must report to Wike. Now, can one man belong to two political parties at the same time?
I don't.
It is the same president being very desperate for 2027 that is initiating this confusion.
No, it's not a confusion.
How do you explain it? Simplify the situation.
I will simplify the situation. In simplifying the position, I will just postulate, or rather, not postulate, but rather say that you have political leaders who are older. You have politicians who are wait. Now, just permit me now. Who are older, more experienced, if you permit me to use those words, than Nyesom Wike in Rivers State. And if such a position is given, and nobody, you are telling me that PDP leaders in that state couldn't rise up APC leader, even former gubernatorial candidates in the state who contested for the gubernatorial seat under the APC couldn't rise and say, no, I reject the man as their political leader, and then you are saying, I mean, they've accepted it. Do you hear any news? This didn't come out yesterday. You are saying the serious issue of it's not confusion at all. They've accepted the man, they love the man, and they've accepted him to be their political leader. Is anybody crying? No, it's not confusion.
Your cynicism is confusion.
It's not cynicism.
You are even agreeing with me. Now, I'll ask you a question. If it is not confusion,
yes.
Why, since he's anointing and appointing and baptizing and confirming political leaders in Rivers State,
yes,
he should appoint for every state now of the federation. It's not only Rivers State that will vote in 2027.
And so those who are angling for it.
So it is confusion is creating in Rivers. It's deepening, worsening the political confusion.
But the politicians have accepted it now. That's what I'm saying.
Where in which they issued a statement that you are in the position of.
No, they didn't issue a statement, but everywhere.
These are people who are gagged. These are people who have been subjugated.
The whole of the state will be gagged.
They inflicted hunger and poverty on a lot of people. People who have very fine opinions to express are afraid because their starvation will worsen.
The people then should take their how do you say that in English? How do you speak it? Take their destiny in their hands. Okay. Ordinary people, ordinary Riverians, right?
Yes.
Should be able to take and say, okay, look, if we are gagged in this manner, right, and we want to liberate our state, they have the power in their voting, whatever, to go out there and make a statement and reject whether they put all the whole machinery, security. If the people stand, this very few insignificant number, in terms of, if you look at it from numerical strength, cannot wield their power on Riverians. So it's not bleak, gloom, and dark as it is. But the position
confusion is brewing.
But what is going to confuse it? But the man said that
this
might be the political leader of the state.
No,
that's what he has said.
Well, it is ambiguous.
I know.
What do you mean by that?
I know. But how did they get to that point? And then he warned the governor. He warned the governor that look, the man must differ. But aside from that, he has also, if it's confusion, he has also asked the State House of Assembly to jettison and perish every idea of trying to impeach the governor. Now you are not speaking to that
democracy. Is democracy working? That is another subject matter altogether. We are talking about a situation where the constitution is being set aside by the dictates of the president. Yes, when he pronounces it in Lagos State, the State House of Assembly had to restore the impeached speaker and the rest. Now it is Rivers State. By tomorrow or next tomorrow, he will be in another state. Is the constitution suspended?
The constitution is not suspended, Mr. Ode. The constitution is not suspended. What makes the constitution suspended?
Because we are working with the unwritten laws of the president. We work according to his emotions now, according to his disposition, according to his sentiments. You know. Now he can as well come to PLATEAU here and said, okay, for 2027 to be guaranteed for him here, Omale will become the speaker of the PLATEAU State House of Assembly.
No.
Like it or not.
Don't use me as
and it will work. Okay, no, it's not your own Omale I'm referring to.
Before some people get threatened and feel that
it's not your own Omale.
I understand what you're saying. I very well understand.
We have a lot of Omales in town here.
Okay.
Even that Omale was scoring balls in AFCON where you were covering.
Adams. Okay.
You
see, this Omale is so sweet in your mouth.
Okay, then you see, it's possible that Omale can do a lot of things. So it's a meaningful mistake.
So, but it is what it is.
Yes.
And as we get into 2027, the people can decide what happens. If I had Ezim Wanwagu here, and I think we need to play back that interview I had with him. Very robust, in-depth discussion we had on Viewpoints on Saturday, wherein he said that, do you know why? Because it appears everywhere has been closed now. Why the politicians are now going to buy the voter card? It's because they know there is power in those cards. That's why they are bribing you to take those cards. And if they give you 20,000, 10,000 as the case, and you give them, you have seed your you have seed your destiny, you have seed everything that you think can make this country good to them. Right? So ahead of 2027, that card is still very powerful. It's powerful. You can have 5 ATM cards, but you can't have 5 voters cards, except you want to head to Kuji prison. you are not entitled by law to have 5 voters cards, but you can have 5 ATM cards. Right? If I search your pocket now, I can only see, it's possible that I can see 5 ATM cards.
No, they are up to 15.
Oh, they're up to 15.
Yes. You want to endanger me? You can check. If you check well, man, you see more than 15.
How am I going to endanger?
No, I'll submit myself. You know, I'll surrender myself for auditing.
Okay. No, I know you don't have up to 15, but you have close to like 10.
No, but you are just coming back from Morocco. You don't know what happened here. I have more than 15.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are all operational.
Oh, they are all operational.
Yes.
Yes. THST need to visit.
And all the banks, they have network, functional network. You can access them and confirm.
Okay. But eventually, as I said, but you don't have more than 1 voter card. That I can establish. Right?
Yes.
But on a more serious note, what we're saying is that voter card is very powerful. It's very, very, it's something that you shouldn't joke with, because the politicians are interested in that one card that you have. And you can, if we all get together as a critical mass, Mr. Odi, and encourage the people. I don't want us to be pessimistic. Encourage the people all over this country. Encourage those in River State, residents or citizens who are residents of River State. Encourage those in Bayelsa. Encourage those in Plateau, and tell them that, see, ahead of these elections, you people can come together as Nigerian Medical Association, and ask that these guys sign a charter for you and have what they want to do for health in your different states. Get the Nigerian Union of Teachers also to do the same thing. And say, okay, look, if you are going to be governor of this state, we want to know what you are going to put there clearly in the first 6 months and sign. And then after if we all get together, then they know that we are in for business. But right now that they are the ones setting the agenda for us, they can give us political leader, and because we are gullible, we will accept it. They can even raise the bar now to become an ambassadorial leader of the states, and we also will accept it. An ambassador of all the political parties. And nothing will happen, just as nothing has happened.
Yes.
And as you are prophesying, you can come to Plateau State and they can donate a political leader for us, and we'll accept it.
Including giving us political leader plenipotentiary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And it will work.
And it used to happen in those days. They used to have ambassador, extraordinary plenipotentiary.
Oh, they will say extraordinary.
Yes,
I thought it was only speaker plenipotentiary. What do you call it?
There was, we read in history during during the Shagari period,
yeah,
there was one MKO, KMO or something like Mbadiwe, who was appointed ambassador extraordinary plenipotentiary. And when a journalist met him at the airport and asked him what is actually his job description as ambassador extraordinary plenipotentiary, he said because he's the only ambassador with concurrent accreditation to all countries.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to have political leaders plenipotentiary.
Okay.
Yes, with concurrent accreditation to all political parties, not only PDP and APC.
Okay. Let's get to other issues now. I will say issues very close to Nyesom Wike. The crisis within the PDP yesterday deepened, and I'm sure that a lot of us have seen the story, as governors elected on the party's platform rejected moves by the Nyesom Wike led or backed rather Ketika committee to reschedule the party's national convention and dissolve key zonal structures, arguing that the faction lacked the constitutional authority to take such decisions. Now, part of it was the fact that the Oyo State governor had taken a stand that nobody will be allowed to take the PDP down. Nobody. He had also and also a few others who even the national publicity secretary of the party, everybody had been talking tough on this, but it just further goes to show that the PDP is embroiled, and very soon we expect INEC to come out with their timetable. They are still having a plethora of cases in court. By the time those decisions are done and taken, they may be out of time and may not be able to. That's the obvious way we are now with
you see, yesterday when I heard of this is a new anointing and appointment by the president,
yes,
as political leader.
Yes.
In which case is going to be a Siamese like a Siamese twin, you know, politically. I was thinking, I'm not a lawyer, I said, could the PDP sit down and use this thing as a reason? You know, even though PDP is resolute, the Turaki PDP, that they have expelled Wiki. You heard the Oyo State Governor yesterday when he said that all the vagabonds have been expelled from PDP. And by inference, he was referring to the crop of those who were expelled together with Wiki. Now, this issue that Tinubu is imposing him on PDP, Rivers State, and APC as their political leader, I was thinking, well, lawyers can make an issue out of it. Is it actionable? Can they use that to further denounce and deny and reject Wiki? You cannot, because there's nowhere in the constitution that you can belong to two political parties. And at the same time, the same person is talking of his faction, announcing a timetable for congresses and convention.
You can go and also announce timetable for Congress and conventions for the APC. Since it's not the political.
No, some sense should be made up of this confusion that is unfolding. You understand?
I understand what you're saying, but it appears. I mean, I think, no matter how we want to say it, I think the backing of the president.
No, it's even very clear now that the president is investing in the crisis in the PDP. Yes. How would you now appoint an embattled person who has been suspended by or expelled by a convention of the party that majority of the party members are holding on to as a political leader of that party and the other party, APC? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. As far as I'm concerned, the president is not only stoking the fires, political fires in Rivers State, he is very, very interested in plummeting the PDP through crisis.
Okay. We will keep watching the space, and maybe one of these days we may likely bring Clem back, since he understands Rivers politics and the behind-the-scenes scheming of what's going on in Rivers. We'll be able to get some interest, and I think also the APC. But well, I don't know if they can do anything different from the position. I think the national chairman. I give it to the national chairman. He was very clear and unambiguous about who the party leader who is in the state before now. He was clear that all their governors, and even at the realignment or defection or something that happened on Tuesday here in PLATEAU State,
yes,
it was also very clear. Even the vice president of
used himself as an illustration of the need to avoid clash of interest.
Very clear that he cannot be, even as a vice president, he differs to what's his name now, Babagana Zulum in Borno State,
as the leader of the
party of the APC in Rivers State,
irrespective of his position as a vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
He went on to the number 3 man and said, as highly exalted as the position of the Senate president is, Akpabio is not the party leader in Akwa Ibom State.
Yes.
That is Governor Eno. That is the governor, or that is the party leader. Yes. But in Rivers State, we have a political leader that supersedes.
And you see, the APC as a party has to be careful. The chairman, national chairman of the party, that is Professor Nentawe Yilwada, he too has to be careful. There is already a clash of authority. What now the president did yesterday, he said so in his capacity as the national leader of the APC, isn't it?
Who?
The president? Yes, he's the party leader. Have you forgotten about this issue of leader and chairman?
But when he has been national leader of the party.
That is what, look,
the president was not the national leader.
At that point, what happened? The confusion in APC has been there. During Buhari, because of the economic strength of Tinubu, they considered that position of national leader of APC to him. Buhari was functioning as the presidential flag bearer of the party. The national chairman was different. The national leader was different. But now with Tinubu in power, Tinubu is combining the offices and appurtenances of power of the national chairman of the presidential flag bearer and the national leader of the party. Now with this pronouncement of yesterday, he has kind of overruled what the national chairman had pronounced here last week.
Including his vice president.
Including his vice president. And that means the stage is set. You know,
no, but they have to
the
fall
constitution,
in line. No, they have to fall in line to the position of the president.
That is what I'm saying, but that is not what it's supposed to be. Yes, the party is supposed to be talking with one voice. We are having contradictions and contradictory utterances coming from the echelons of the party. It should not be so on the eve of a general election. If with what happened in Rivers State, which he endorsed yesterday, somebody stands up in Plateau State here, or in Borno State, or in Akwa Ibom State, I begin to say, as it is now, Governor Basi Otu of Cross River, you know, is the leader of the APC, but I'm the political leader of Cross River State.
Well, you know, but Mr. Ode, but let's also put this very correctly. Let's put the facts out there. That it didn't start with the president. It was Newsom Wike who declared himself in his speech that he's a just a minute, that he's a political leader. I heard that very clearly. He was a political leader.
How did the president come into the equation? He endorsed it. He pronounced it yesterday.
Well, but is there,
you understand me?
Again, was there an official statement to that effect?
When you say official statement, I don't know what you mean.
No, what I mean is that it was there an official statement from the president.
You mean the one printed on paper?
Was there an official statement? You know what I'm talking about. That
you didn't read the newspapers. You didn't follow this. That the matter is trending in all media.
It's trending, but again, I'm a man that wants to deal with the facts. As a journalist, I like to deal with the facts.
No. This as a journalist.
Yes.
That is, you are trying to come to the rescue of Tinubu. That is almost 24 hours now. There has been no rebuttal from Onanoga and the rest. We are trying to have it from you now.
It's not the first time you keep rubbing this in. Anytime I try to just question the truth, whatever it is out in the media. The papers truly may have reported it, but what I'm saying is that again,
you are raising your finger. You may have to remove this your cap before you complete this talk.
Was there an official statement from the presidency that said that declared Wike as
don't reduce the seriousness of
I'm
the
not
situation.
reducing, Mr. Ode. I'm saying from the position of fact. You, as you are sitting down, Mr. Ode, you didn't see that statement. You didn't see the statement from the presidency, did you?
It was not written.
That's what I'm saying.
Except you said that I should. But Tinubu, he's quoted everywhere in the media, everywhere. And 24 hours later, he has not denied. He has not retracted his words.
What if he comes today, Mr. Ode, and retracts and say, look, whatever is
if he retracts today, he's beginning to benefit from the analysis that people like us are doing now.
Okay.
Yes. You see, we must encourage those in authority to avoid leading us into confusion.
Yes, but you agree with what I'm saying, that yes, it may have been in the papers, but officially from the presidency, we cannot quote
with the serious enormity of reactions from the Nigerian public today. Is it not enough that if it is not true, by now they should issue a rebuttal? Or, if it was quoted out of context, issue a statement and correct what I will say what was actually said. But up till now, there is nothing anywhere in that regard. You are trying to save somebody who is not willing to save himself.
I'm not trying to save anybody, sir. I'm not trying to say. I'm just coming from the position that we also owe it a responsibility that, look, so that the listener there who is listening to us will also be sufficiently grounded and to be sure that he's also, because the papers may have said it, they are quoting the presidency. But in this kind of very huge, the president should
look. We are talking of that is supposed to be very, very sensitive to communication.
Yes.
That is why he has an array of special advisors, communication this or communication and policy, communication and parliamentarianism, communication and constitutionality, communication and public affairs. He has an array of them. You know, at times like this, these people are supposed to rise to the occasion. If there was no such communication or utterance from the president, they should issue a rebuttal.
But Mr. Ode, you were here in this country where we had such kind of, and then the presidency came, supposedly that this came from the presidency. Announcements were made, people even took over offices. And the presidency came and said, no, those of you who have assumed those positions, please, go back to where you are coming from.
Which office was that?
I mean the NTA, of course. They even took over office. handovers were done.
You see, it's a very dangerous thing. You ever recall it? If we do the review of that error, we will review this government out of power.
No, we are not reviewing. I'm just trying to cite an example that look, once we should be able to be sure that if these documents, if these supposed reports that are done in the newspaper today is attributed
we are
to
talking
the
about
president.
you don't recall what dangerous thing that they did before. They posted people and cancelled the postings and asked the to their seat.
No.
You remember also that they awarded honors to dead people. Have you forgotten? A lot of things have been going on that are wrong. That is why we have to really speak out.
Yeah, that's why you agree with my position now that if these people, all I'm just saying, Mr. Odi, is that if the presidency has, because this is so weighty a matter that you cannot attribute to the presidency when officially you don't have a statement in that regard coming from the president. And usually the presidency often will distribute those kind of communication across its
The matter has been the subject of debate since morning in most of the national media that I subscribe to. You know, and up to now, you don't want to tell me that with this plethora of information aids the president has, none of them listen to this or is aware of this credits that is being given to the president as causing political confusion in Rivers State up to this hour, and that they have not issued a rebuttal. Now, we only assume that they are only standing by the declaration or the pronouncement of the president, since they are quiet up to this hour.
Okay. I think it's sufficient enough for us to leave that matter alone.
No, yes, we are good to go.
And allow, so that we'll not dwell on it so much. And
so this time we allow the running dogs to keep running, not to allow the sleeping dogs lie, because the dogs are not sleeping.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is a press conference on Civil Verse Rhythm 93.7 Jos. The press conference airs every day, Mondays through to Thursdays, to be specific, from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. All right, there's so much that is happening, you know, around. But just a word of caution: we're reading now that the Lassa fever has killed a doctor here in Jos, right? And that's not good news at all. And then the people need to be very, very wary of their environment, rats, and all of that. We heard that the medical doctor. The Bingham University Teaching Hospital was killed after contracting the Lassa fever while attending to a patient diagnosed with the disease. That's sad. They've given the name of the doctor, which I will not mention here. They confirmed the death to journalists in Jos, and it was the professor, the CMD, Professor Stephen Anzaku, who explained how the deceased contracted the disease. What are we seeing here? I think people need to be a bit cautious, be careful now as they go about, you know, their hygiene and all of that. We also have a corporate social responsibility to educate the people out there that that's a very unfortunate story we're getting out today. Any thoughts on that? You've
already said it all. You know, people have to be careful, not because a doctor who administers treatment or medication to people has died of the same Lassa fever he has been treating people of, but that Lassa fever can kill any other human. And so, whether a doctor or medical personnel is involved or is a victim of it or not, we should maintain, you know, high standards of sanitary conditions.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll move on now. Just take one more issue and then we will leave that alone. Okay. There's been some bit of talk going around, even though it's obvious that the merging in the state of those who now belong to the APC and those within the APC.
The realignment.
Yeah,
it's not a merger.
It's not a merger.
Yes.
It appears the realignment
yes.
is
a little to the left, a little to the right.
Yes. And once that little to the left happens and little to the right happens, it appears the center may be having some bit of a...
You call that political meandering.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know you are a scholar in political communication, so you have taken a stance where you have all the perfect adjectives, But hey, tell us. I mean, anything interesting for us to know with the realignment, the meandering, and little to the right, little to the left.
No, that is if you weigh it against the background of what how we started this discussion about the confusion in politics and the rest, the depleting of the fortunes of the PDP, the kind of damaged legal personality that the PDP is on the eve of the elections, you will be able to give context to the realignment in Plateau. It is, to my understanding, about the survival of Plateau as a project. Is not essentially partisan, it's not essentially selfish or political interest, it's about the continuity of the Plateau project. That is what I understand.
Okay. You're speaking in a bit of a vague term. If you can explain that a bit better, because I'm struggling to understand what you're saying.
No, what is the Plateau project? The Plateau project is about the identity of Plateau people, the interest of the Plateau people, the Plateau collective, I call it.
Okay.
Yes. How to make it survive within a political context. If there will be no platform of social thing, which is what ordinarily is desired by the people, do we have to halt to stop the journey at that point? No. We look for alternatives to continue.
Oh.
That is what we talk about, this political alignment and political meandering.
Okay. So it's going to be an interesting few months ahead of us here.
It promises to be so, depending on how the dramatists personnel will rehearse their script.
Okay, but again, some of those critics believe that with the movement of the governor, right, that essentially Plateau is locked down. It's APC all the way. No opposition anymore in the states, and the APC will have it smooth as it is.
No, as you said, I believe in the days ahead to redefine and shape, the flavor of politics in Plateau. Yes, as it is difficult to hazard now.
Okay. All right. Keeping your comments really very short, and I don't appreciate that, but it's okay. It's 0064641536. Let's hear what the esteemed listener out there has to say concerning some of the matters that we raise. 0064641536. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Okandi.
Good evening, sir.
Happy New Year to all of you.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Emmanuel calling from Odenpo.
All right.
This issue of conceiving party leadership is so wicked. I'm feeling like our president being blackmailed by this wicked because the same monster he's been creating, he can somehow PDP created a monster, and the monster is affecting them, finishing them with PDP, and you are still creating this monster in APC. Because the president I studied before, Tinubu does not share his power and authority with people. But now he's sharing power with him, making it stronger, making it powerful. So I guess Okando is a good teacher of literature. Can we just make a 9 or a 12? Our president blackmail. Let's look. So maybe when next time if you have opportunity with this APC leader, ask them, is the president blackmail? Everything we can say yes. Everything we can say yes. So let's investigate this thing because the same what we can.
Okay, well, we lost that. But I wanted to engage you a bit that it may not be as simplistic as you just made your assertion. It's not as simplistic.
All of them in cinematography, we talk of POV, point of view. Yes, it's from his own point of view. Yes.
All right. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Okay,
0064641536.
Good evening and welcome to the press conference.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Dauda Kabo.
Okay, Dauda, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mr. Omale, you can see, according to what the principal say, I bet, allow Okande is trying to give us, but it seems you are trying to add some agenda from that president.
Okay.
God, inconclusive communication.
All right, please call us back.
Yes.
Hello, good evening, welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Eddie Umara, calling from Kinshasa.
All right, sir.
Yeah, I want to congratulate you for doing the great job and to always analyze things really. See, my comments on the issue of leadership that we are talking on a political party in a particular state. You see, it is very, very clear that it has not shown from the national level. Because as you have said, who is the leader of the APC at the national level? It is clear that it is the president, because it is the president that will make a decision and it is the president that will make an appointment. We have not seen like the appointment of the national party. It's not supposed to be only the president. I think the national caretaker committee of the party is supposed to involve to see who is the president, even though it's based on concession, but that does not happen. And if the president has made an appointment, there is no any objection. And that's how it is in every state. Every governor is the leader of that political party.
Okay.
So I think we should understand that if you do away with everything that is not in APC in Rivers State, if not, you just join APC. And you should leave PDP alone, because PDP have already expelled him. We don't know what is the legal background that he have to even have it that he will have another convention.
Okay.
Which is a very, very unfortunate.
Okay.
So the DSS and other security agencies need to be involved in this kind of issue, because it's going to cause a confusion. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you very much, Sadiq. It took a lot of time, but for the rest of our listeners, please do us a favor by keeping it really very short. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the show. Just keep trying. The line is free, and when you dial us, just keep it really very short. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Welcome on board.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear from you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm Mommy Zainab calling from Anguano Road.
Mommy Zainab, welcome to the show. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Month.
Yeah.
You see the issue of PDP and the president. The president is the one causing confusion. The tool is using is wicked.
Ma'am, do you have...
in PDP should now put their house in order. The president will never pray that PDP gets on their feet, because he wants Nigeria to be on one party system, which will not be possible.
But Mommy Zainab, do you have a fact
Yes,
to
sir.
say? Do you have a fact to attribute what is going on now to the president? That's my question. Do you have any facts to say empirically that the president somehow is involved in
As I look at his statement, the statement he made yesterday, everybody knows that they are the people causing confusion in PDP, and neither for the APC or PDP. But this the real fact. Even a baby will know that the president and wicked, they are the problem of PDP. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mommy Zainab. 00646415336. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, Suleiman.
My name is Wilson. Thank you. My name is Suleiman. I'm calling you from Lagos.
Suleiman.
Thank you so much. Definitely, what is going on clearly shows that the president in Mostafa, even indirectly, this is not the answer concerning UK, but he has already clearly showed that people, which I know is not with the PDP, because he don't want them to distract all their attention, so that the one party system will be enough. So we don't want this one system party to be there, because it's how this politics there is, there will be no anything that we can show to the world that we are in democracy. So I hope the president will do something, because Wiki has already finished his own this thing. So they will also find a way so that they will just try to send him away, because he's not going to belong to them, and he's not going to belong to the PDP. And people at the end of the day, they will reject him in his own Rivers State. So,
Hello, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I will come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
64641536.
Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My good friend, thanks normally.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Jeto from Kadapi.
Gentle, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. God
Yes.
bless you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is only that has not been following events that will not know that the presidency and APC hands is not in what is happening in River State, and the governors of the PDP was happening to APC. If you remember, the presidency and APC has been accused. Some certain billions of naira were given to governors, senators. Up to today, the president and APC has never defended this allegation. Up to today. So the hand of the president and APC is fully in whatsoever is happening in River State, and all the cross-carpeting of PDP governors to APC. No, it's only that is not an event that will not agree that one. If not, as far as we are concerned, they cannot be exonerated in what is happening in River State. Thank you, and God bless him, my big friend.
Thank you very much, Gentle.
Yes, and his big friend.
All right. The line is still free. We can take a few more calls and then we'll call it a day on the show. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, this is Manuel from Barcelona.
Emmanuel from Barkinladi. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Okandi, I like this your analysis.
Thank you, sir.
Right from the starting, it is political meandering. That's the correct word for everything in this country, Nigeria. I don't understand the president thanking Wike, who is in PDP. So you cannot agree that right from the beginning, the president wanted to use Wike to destroy PDP so that APC can become the only party in Nigeria. There's no way you can escape it. Like Okandi said, after 24 hours, there's no any statement to be done that way. That means it's real. I've never seen it happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your call and for being part of the show. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Gwaladi, gentleman.
Okay, Walabe, go ahead. Where are you calling from?
From Garami, Kanke local government.
Wow, how's Kanke today?
Kanke is nice.
All right, go ahead with your comments.
Okay, I'm thinking you are talking about the political system in Plateau State. This system is not going well at all. Because when you look at the governors, they are expecting to beat everything. So the president wants to make one party system in this country. But definitely, we do not bother that one. We want to see change in our country. We want to see peace in our country. We want to see development in our country. Whether APC, whether PDP is ruling us, we want to enjoy the dividends of democracy. Thank you.
All right. He says he wants to enjoy the dividends of democracy. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Well, that's as much we can take on the show today. Thank you very much for being with us. Mr. Ode, your last thoughts as we leave the studio.
My last is that with what the president did yesterday in River State, see, this political maneuver will continue until the people stand up to put a stop to it using their voters card.
All right.
My name is Okandi Ode. See you tomorrow.
Remember, your voters card is so powerful, don't sell it for anything. My name is Samson Omale. The news is up next at 6 p.m.